Whoops. Good morning. Welcome to Philosophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw-Doering, and today I have no idea what I'm talking about. I am here. We're going to do some Q&A. Just letting you know that RV-wise, we're still on target for a rate being posted as far as what I got for the Gentel. Iraq Saturday, our Friday, we're still looking for that. I'm still hopeful for that. The news about that behind the scenes is good. I have not heard anything negative about any delays. Everything has been positive. So we're still on track. Haven't really got anything new today. But you guys can ask your questions. Maybe we'll get something new. Videos. Can't watch the videos right now. Let's see if I got anything else that I can share. Okay. So we're getting news about a bunch of green lights all over the world, here and there. Okay. I think we're on target. We're on target for some kind of public announcement of a rate out of Iraq, and we'll see what happens from there. There has been news of exchanges already taking place in country. I think they're doing their in-country RV. I think that's why they extended their holiday. But think about it. So if they put out, if in-country, they've got rates on their screens, but they don't publicly announce to the world. And they know that globally for this RV, it's going to trigger the Vietnam dong to revalue, and then that will trigger something else, a domino effect. And if they know that that might take a few days for that to happen, and they need to have rates in a certain place so that they can trigger Tier 4B to go in and do their exchanges, to bring in more instruments of debt. So they start in country and in the other tiers to bring in those instruments of debt to fund the RV. Then they let it float to a place where it's acceptable to pull the trigger. That's what we're living through right now. That's what I think. So yes, it's been tedious and it's been long and it's been just almost too much to take. But don't worry about all that. We're done with all of that. We're through all that time. We have to focus on where we are now and what's coming from here. Stop mourning the past, because the past is over. It's very frustrating to sit there and wait. Yeah. Will it be worth the wait? Yeah. So we wait. But from all the information that I can gather, I am very hopeful to see something publicly tomorrow. Or this weekend, or however long it takes for them to do something over there. I don't know. I don't know why Iraq is the kingpin. I mean, people over there in that region who are perfectly happy with the 1,000-year wars and things. But whatever, financially, there is a reason for it. So, best way to handle the waiting or anything in your life is to start from here. Wake up and decide, okay, well, yeah, this has happened, that happened, and I don't like these things that have happened, and I don't like the waiting, and I don't like the situation, I don't like where I've come in my life. But there are places that you got to in your life before, and then in hindsight later, it made sense. It's probably another one of those places. And before you open a door to a whole new life, a lot of doors need to close. And that's just the way it goes. And a lot of times that is for the best. So forget about how long you've waited and just start from here. Because if you start from here and it goes in a couple days, it's not long to wait, is it? Somebody will go to 12 years of school and then go into secondary school. And, some people be in school for 16 years or more to be a certain thing, to have a certain profession. Then they go out and they have to do like volunteer work and all this other work, or get that business off the ground. You got a couple more years there, and then finally you become this something. You got a little badge on your chest, but you have the knowledge to be that lawyer, that doctor, that to have that profession, to have your own business. It takes time to grow and to learn and to be in a position where you can handle that title. And that's just the way life goes. Me, personally, been lots of changes and things I never saw coming in the last few years. And then we're presented with opportunities to make choices, whether we want to remain in the same circles or be the same person that we have suffered in for so long, or if we want to move forward and apply all of that knowledge and those experiences to be what we've grown to be, and then they're presented with decisions. And you, as a person, as a soul, makes a solid decision as to what your future will look like and what that says about who you are now. And sometimes when you make that decision, doors open up for you. And I can say that that is true in my life as well. And when I open that door, when we open that door, do we sit back and mourn or curse the process? Curse the path that led us to that place when we're happy to be in that place? No, we don't. You step through the door and you be that person and you let it all go and understand that it was necessary in one way, shape, or form. And that is where we are. I do not anticipate any more delays in this, but I don't know everything. I try to get the answers, but I don't know everything. And there's always something that I don't see coming. Personally, and in all of these topics that we talk about. But just trust that there is a reason why your path led you to this place in this day right now. And mine has too. I'm supposed to be on another show tonight. I was all stressed out about it because I'm so booked and the whole day, and I don't know why did you accept to do that show tonight, Jennifer, when you're so busy and you have so much to do and you're just probably going to be too tired to even talk. And then I thought about we're going to be talking about God-centered conscious creation with a man who is very knowledgeable about the power of the mind, and his co-host, who is also very knowledgeable about the power of the mind. And I knew these people years ago, and they had a radio show on my personal radio station that I owned and managed, produced. Susan and I both were over there. And I'm thinking, God, Augie's so knowledgeable. I should really sit down and write something down before I go out there and just rattle on and trail off like I always do. And I'm getting ready for this show, which I woke up too late because I couldn't go to sleep last night because I was thinking about too many things, and so we have limited time today. And God-centered conscious creation is something that I have known for 12 years that I would write a book about. It would be probably, well, as far as I know now, my masterpiece. But I knew that I don't know anything about that back then. And I'm like, why would I write a book about that? It is the journey that led me to the knowledge even to begin to write something like that. And all this time I was thinking, well, I was probably going to write that like 10 years from now when I'm some kind of, very knowledgeable person about all things, about creation with God and what we do consciously and realities and everything like that. And today, trying to get ready and just focus on that, get it done. It's just, and recently I made a big decision about my life and what that will look like in the future. And I decided not to stay in the same circles I was running in and not allow other people to stop me from being that person that would write that book. And so when I was getting ready today, it just started flowing. Missing pieces, information, why it makes sense, why it's possible to consciously create along with God, was basically what we're doing right now. Why it's important. And so I was thinking, well, I opened a door. It wasn't coming before that. Bits and pieces were, but it wasn't coming before that. Now it is. So I understand that the decisions that I've made recently are very important. The same is true for you. This is not just some lottery dream. Most people want to have money so that they don't have to worry anymore. So they don't have to be bombarded by the constant worry of surviving and paying the bills and, well, I can't do any of these things or focus on any of these topics, learn these things I'd like to learn and do these things I'd like to do because my time is so filled up with trying to survive. And in this community, I talk to you guys personally. Y'all come to me and I know your deepest dreams and what you want to do with this money and more. It is so very rare that I come across somebody that just wants it for themselves. Absolutely rare. 99% of you guys want to help those around you, that you want to build positive projects, you want to do all of these things, and you've just been shackled by the time restraints of not having enough money to spend the time on doing those things. Now, it's not like I'm trying to save the world over here. I'm trying to do the best possible job I could do as this soul right now, here. Clearly, I had some kind of dream before I came down here. But if I'm supposed to write a book to teach people to function and consciously as a soul and to create a better life, and there's all this talk about so many people coming to do things just like that so that the vibration of the planet can rise, I'm going to need money to do that. I'm going to need the means and the time so that I can spend creating that and other things. And so it makes sense that I have been led to this place too. And if that is true for me on my path and the plan I wrote out for myself, then it happens. I'm not a get-rich-quick kind of person. I am a total Taurus. The good parts, I hope. A little bit stubborn. For good reasons. But I'm the kind of girl, and you guys know that. All right, what do we got? What do we need? Is everybody okay? Let's make sure everybody's okay. Let's do the best we can with where we're at. And still, with all of this money that could come from the RV, really want us a couple nice places to live and the ability to write and to relax and to stop worrying. And part of conscious creation is to stop worrying. And I've had to learn to do that within the chaos and strife. So just for me on a personal level, it makes absolute sense that this happens. And in all my best efforts, you guys have seen me for you personally when it comes to your personalized one timeline. Certainly a few decisions. Mostly right. This one's a big thing. World predictions are a big thing, but there's one thing that has held steady the whole time, not because I have to have it happen. I'll make it happen either way. I will. But one thing has been steady through the whole time, and that this does happen. I don't invest in things. I don't spend money on things that are not necessary. Well, clothes. Yeah, I like clothes. Makes me happy. That's necessary to keep me happy so that I can keep doing things. Way too many clothes. That makes me happy. Going to Ross, TJ Maxx, getting little random crap for the house. That nothing makes me and the girls happier than that. Just totally happy. Go to lunch, stuff like that. But I don't go out and buy jewels and expensive things and unnecessary things. I'll spend more money at Costco on food or, on the people in the house than anything. I've never been a person to invest in things. And then one day, and everybody was talking about it too. And I was seeing it happen before I was personally involved. I saw it happen. Dave Barra came to me years ago for a reading and asked me if the investment would pay out. And I said, yeah, but that's years away. But one day when we were talking about it, it was like a light went off and I went, ding. I think I'll buy some. And so I did. And it was the dong. Well, because the dinar was expensive. But I was excited about when I looked at the different currencies, I was like, the dong. is the best value right now. And then I found out about the Boulevard, and of course that was cheap, so I'm getting bargain shopper. And so got quite a bit of that. That's exciting. I mean, the Boulevard. I don't even care about being around because I don't think I am. I mean, the Boulevard is really going to pay out. It really is. So right now, we're about to step through a doorway, I think. And that's going to be good. Just remember, you don't have to have it all figured out in the beginning. Every time we do that with any situation in our life, it never turns out the way that we planned it to. I planned to be married and forever. And everything's going to be okay. Happily ever after. Everything's going to be okay. Well, that's not the case anymore. That has changed. Because this individual is not going to be happy where I'm going. And I need to go there. And it's not just like I said, like I feel like I have this need to save the world. I'm just doing my part. One person in a team of, I don't know, millions who will do their part. And someday that'll make a difference in what tomorrow looks like. And that drives me. And anybody's going to tell me that what I do is bad or wrong, or you can't do that because it makes them feel personally diminished, they're not going to be happy where I'm going. Because I'm still doing it. And I would rather do that without somebody constantly grabbing at my heels. So, let go of everything and every moment that has gone before now and just accept it. Acceptance is the key. Most of the time when we struggle with emotions and everything else is because we cannot accept that things did not turn out the way that we planned. But sometimes they turn out the way they're supposed to. And we grow as an individual, and we grow as a soul, and we become a force to be reckoned with. And you all have. Some people aren't going to like that. And they will fall away, or they will move over into their own space with their own people where they feel comfortable. But you gotta follow that inner calling. Because if you don't, your soul and you'll just become more and more corrupted. And that's not worth it. It's not worth it in the end. You gotta be who you are and who you've become, and you gotta shine. And we are going to. You think the only reason you listen to me is so you can find out when the money's coming? No way. Not my people, not these beautiful, loving souls that I have found, or found me. And I asked God along the way, well, you don't want me to do this, send me the ones who need to find me. Have them find me. And they have. It's very rare for a psychic individual to make a living at all. But to have people around them who are so in tune to them, like me and my community, although small compared to some truthers and stuff out there, but we have to stay in our circles so that we're not attacked. But these people are the most loving and giving and intelligent and visionary souls that I have ever come across. That's not by chance. And most of you have this knowing inside of you, and we all know why, but we just can't put it into words, and we're really not sure, and doubt gets in the way, but we all know what we're here to do. We all know what we're here to do. And we're going to get to do it. And so that's exciting. So let's get to some questions. I don't have any new news. We're still waiting on that possible rate in the Gazette to kick that off. And like I said, the money is a means for us to achieve these things without the worry, without the shackles, so that we have the time to devote and the peace. When you remove the worry and the fear and the doubt and this crushing veil that's on you, that everybody lives in all the time, and we try to hold on to these small sparks of happiness and look forward into the future of some kind of entertainment or finish line. Most of you just are waiting for that. You're just waiting for this veil to be lifted so that you can go and do these wonderful, beautiful things for yourself, for your family, and just be at peace. Some of you who can't think of a humanitarian project and you just want to be at peace, that's when inspiration comes. Unfortunately, most of the time for me, it's when I'm suffering from something and I just say, no, I don't want that. I'm breaking out of this. But our day is coming. Our day is definitely coming. You guys don't even know the beautiful friendships and bond that we're going to have because we walked this journey together, and because we made it to that door, and because we opened it. And then someday there's going to be so many invites and so many friends and so much communication, and it's like we all went through this together. We don't even realize the lifelong friendships you're going to have with the people in this community, and that's really exciting too, because we don't have to explain who we are to each other in this community. We don't have to explain how we got here and why. We can just talk about the new things that happened and what we're doing now and what we've accomplished and what we bought and who's got houses and where they are, and oh, yay, let's go have fun and stuff like that. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. So I have to practice what I preach. And so do you. We got to stop. Oh, and in my life right now, I'll step into the situation. Oh my God. Well, this is unexpected. I really didn't see this coming, when I started. What if everything goes to shit? I mean, what if I'm alone? What if this gets worse? I mean, what if it doesn't, Jennifer? What if it's just about to get really great? Let's focus on that. I forget the conscious creation. We all do. We have to step back into the positive creation of our tomorrow. Because it is that doubt and that fear and that distraction and that worry and that struggle to survive that has kept humanity in this place for so long. And that's going to change. And we are the army that changes that. So let's get to some questions before I have to go. Go ahead and ask them now, because the chat's been zooming here for a while. What'd you like to know? So, about the show tonight with Augie. I haven't received the media for that or the links, but I'm sure that I will. And as soon as I do, I will, if if they cancel or if I get that, I will send it. I will post it on Philosophy on, there it is. Okay, so I got something. I'm going to post it later on Philosophy on Telegram. But there's quite a bit of information here that they sent me I have to go through. But I'll post that before the show on Telegram, Philosophy on Telegram tonight. It's at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's get to some questions. If I could see them, I'm so blind. I'm just start randomly clicking on things. How's that? What's going on with the right knee? Karen. Karen S. Picture. We do have a lot of inflammation. It is blocking the circulation in that knee. Which we got a little bit of water retention. I do see some swelling. Something's going on with that. Try and get the inflammation down. Rub turmeric essential oil on it or something, and maybe we get some more blood flow. But it does have something to do with blocking the blood flow to the knee somehow. There are other things going on with cartilage and stuff like that, but that's the major problem right now. Well, I get the 160-acre property I've been looking at, Sarah. Yes, if everything happens soon. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's been pretty fast. Let's go a little back. Okay. That was a visitation. A loved one was with you. Really feels like a motherly feeling. That's, hey, everything's going to be okay. When you feel that moment of bliss, that happened to me in a dream a long time ago. Yes, I'll get to your questions. I won't trail off on a story. It's a good story, but I won't tell you the story. Long story short, I saw my grandfather in a dream after he died. And in the dream, I woke up and I realized that he was standing there and he had passed away. I mean, he was, and I'm like, oh my God, you're here. And he like, kind of like, shoo, was in front of me, put his hands on my shoulder and whispered in my ear, I'm always here. And I got this feeling of bliss. And the dream was ending after that. And I had it with me just for the few hours in the morning. And as this is feeling, and I could feel it leaving me. And after that, I was kind of depressed. I was young. I was like 21, something like that. I was depressed. I was like, oh my God, how could I ever find something like that and get that back? And I was depressed that I knew somewhere inside me that, well, no matter what, it's probably not going to be that good. This wasn't a physical feeling. It was just, it was this surge. It was this excitement, this love, he gave me a glimpse of what it's like to what it feels like personally to be in heaven. That is what just happened to you. That's why when we talk to our loved ones who passed away and they seem quite unconcerned. I mean, a little bit concerned for us, but not so much because they're in that state, that high vibrational state. Oh, probably not yet, honey, but thank you for that. I'm just probably a kindergartner like the rest of you. I have met some pretty evolved people, though. Tell you what, interesting. Yeah, most of my people are other intuitives. Oh yeah, it's fun as heck too because they'll tell me, oh well, I studied this and I studied that and I do this, and I'm like, really? That's so fascinating. We have so much fun. We have so much fun. Yes, I do. What you're going to want to do with that is not just get the recorded classes. You want to start out. You want to get the recorded classes on jenniferfallaw.com, and then you're going to want to book private sessions with me. You could go ahead and pick up the hourly gift cards, but I require a new student to start with 4 so we can get you scheduled out ahead of time, and I start your book here and the whole lesson plan. I tailor make it to what you want to achieve, what you're looking for. And then that private instruction has a lot more information in it than the recorded classes. So yeah, most of who I teach teaches me a lot too, but most of who I teach are intuitive, are currently or professional. Thank you, Rebecca. Oh yeah, you want to know what the book's going to be called? Don't steal it. I'll just come up with another awesome name if you do. In a Dream. I was given the name of this book and I had no idea what it was. Archangel Uriel gave it to me. What I saw was me sitting at a table at a large conference, and there was a big blue and white, because you know it was my banner if it was blue, that said, over this book of tables, and I'm standing in front of it looking up, and it said, the 7th element. And I went into meditation, asked about that, and I was told that Archangel Uriel gave me that snippet, and I said, well, what is that? Whose book is that? He says, it's yours. And I said, well, what is the 7th element? And he says, I'm just planting seeds. And that's all he would tell me. And so over the years, I found out that the 7th element is the light. It is God. It is the element that houses all others. It is the element of creation. Okay? So that was pretty cool. So I figured, well, I know absolutely nothing about that. So we'll see if that happens. But I'm sure if that happened and I could read that in a dream, if I read something in a dream, it's true. It's very hard to do that for me. Dream house in Florida. Kimberly. What time is it? 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. Okay. Dream house in Florida. Yeah, you will. All right. Let's see. I probably missed a whole bunch. Sorry, guys. We're just going to hit this randomly. I can't even see what they say, so I'm just going to randomly click on things. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. What's this say? Oh, she's talking to somebody. All right. What's this say? Okay, so that's her talking. All right. Click on somebody else. Good question. Phil. Yeah, you do. You do find a woman. The reason why they accept her is because she's so good with kids. Like, she's fun. Like, they can't throw anything at her. Even if they come and say, "Oh, I hate you," and stuff, she'd be like, "Okay, well, you want to go do this?" They're like, "Yeah." I mean, even I like her. She knows what she's doing. It's gonna be good. When's that coming? Well, that one, you're gonna see others, but that one, probably about a year and a half till you're there with her in that situation where she's around your family. Sedona, Arizona, or Florida, Karen. There's something about Sedona that doesn't fit. Now, trips there, yeah, that'd be cool. But I really think you end up in Florida. I do. Oh my God. Let's see. Emily. Mia. She says she misses you as much as you miss her. I'm always listening for you. She has lots of people around her. Yes. She's okay. Yes. I see paper signed. Lower abdominal area. No name, no picture. Let's see what we can do with that. There is some kind of blockage in, it looks like the lower intestine there. It looks like you have a polyp or a cyst that needs to be looked at, taken care of. Inside there, that is causing, it's gotten quite big. I don't think it's cancerous, but I think you need to do something about it. Go and have it checked out. Times it. Okay. Okay, let's look at that. I don't know if I'm looking at January or February, but I do see us viewing some kind of unrest and activity. Videos of that. So yeah, I do think that some of that is still coming. I think Trump's trying to do this in such a way that eliminates that, but I do see something like that happening. I don't know how intense it is or how big it is or where. You're too focused on this situation. You're too focused on the negative. You need to distract yourself, Sue. Ever so often you have to do this. You need to distract yourself. Get into a project. Focus on Christmas. Don't worry about the financial part of it. Just, I don't know, make ornaments and put them on. Did you see the Bridgerton tree that I just made? Distraction. Okay? Did you see that? I mean, I messed with that thing forever. Well, it made me happy. It was cheap. I did it really cheap. And then when I stood back and looked at it, I was thinking, I've watched Bridgerton way too many times. This is totally a Bridgerton tree. But that tree, the whole tree thing, I don't have enough time to tell you that story, but that is interesting. Totally psychologically interesting. But sometimes I get, and I've done this my whole life, it's the same thing as when I'm at the grocery store the day before somebody gets sick, and I think I'll buy a new thermometer. It's like, well, you have a thermometer, but I don't know if it works. We need one that works, and I'll buy it. Throw it in the cart. Next day, well, glad I bought that thermometer. Or if I pass it by and I don't do that, then I regret it when I need it. So I'll do things intuitively without realizing it. And my tree, it just seems like it happened that way because I found the right colors and textures and ornaments at Ross and Home Goods that TJ Maxx, wherever the hell I went, to put on the tree for color, but everything in it has wings to fly away. We're about to fly, Sue. So just distract your attention. Start making cookies. Start doing something. Talk to the grandkids, whatever. You're too focused on this situation. It's going to happen when it happens, with or without you. Okay? I gotta go. Sorry, guys. Okay. So if you're in chat tonight, I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what link whether link's going to send you guys. And if there's a chat, I believe there probably will be. So you could be there and ask questions of me then. But as of now, I have a reading in 5 minutes. So I got to get going. Now is not the time for the strongest of warriors to throw in the towel. Okay? Stay strong. We have a lovely distraction. Christmas. And if you're anything like me who loves to shop, that's what the women in my family did for entertainment. With Nana and Mom, since birth, we'd go shopping and lunch, and we used to call it bumming when we had no money really to spend because we're responsible people. So we'll go and try things on, and isn't that cute? Look at the fashions, look at the color schemes, have fun, go to lunch, buy one little thing, go home. That's our day. I had been trained since birth to get whatever it is we need in any kind of budget. I will find the deal. So, go shopping. Go out there. Be there. Get out of the house. Get your, wrap the presents up really pretty. Get into a project. Make cookies. Make it a fun holiday on whatever budget you have to work with. Do it. Distraction. We'll let you know when it happens. Okay? You will not miss it. There is no way that you will miss it. All right? And it's coming. Vibrations up. Think positive. Start putting that love out into your environment. And not the worry, and not the pain, and not the hurt, and not the anxiety. Anxiety is an overabundance of those things on a soul who thrives on love. Remember that. Fill up your empty canister with some happiness. Go and find it. Go and make it. And have a lovely day. Let's go over there and get to the